Hello everyone and welcome to qualifying. It's been a very long time since we've had some Ion qualifying, and I'm joined by Brandstar team owner, if I got that correct, Shay A. It's going to be getting very exciting very quickly. We're going to see if the Ferraris still have the pace that they've had for the past two seasons from free practice 1s, 2 and 3. I believe that they might. Um, From watching pre-season testing, it looks like the Aston Martins might also be able to make their way up the ranks, maybe higher than they did last season when they were branded as Airborne. It'll be interesting to see how much a rebrand, because they were Aston Martin during season 1, it'd be interesting to see a rebrand back to Aston Martin, see if that could affect their pace in any shape or form. Be very interesting to see the Ferrari Junior team getting up into third place. I believe they did it before, sometime last season. Are Spirit running any of their main drivers today? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, he's just set it on pole, but was immediately taken out by the Brand Star. Been impressed with the results, considering that they were taken up from the ashes of that Diego Motorsports team. I also like their livery. It's a pity that they didn't get to show it in the livery showcase. Hmm. Could that mean that this BMW team could technically be used as a junior team for the Audis? Yeah. It has to be. Do you think that there should be some sort of backup? Well, like, there should be like a backup team owner or someone else in the team that can change them things. Okay.
I can hear you, so it's
Should be able to hear you now. I had to do a last-minute audio reroute, so that's why.
Should we do
Apologies for that, viewers. Always has to go wrong on the first
Hi,
day.
viewers. Yeah, we've been talking this whole time. Sorry about that. Hey, welcome to qualifying. We're having a great time here already.
I was just about to say, it's the first time we're doing this. As it goes, drivers are changing, so half my graphics are now outdated, and now the audio, I screwed up the audio as well. It's all going to plan, isn't it?
It's just ion things out in here today. But we're still running it. Looks like we have some pretty fast drivers out today. Patrick Curl getting the first spot of qualifying so far, with Builder of Worlds and the Zint taking on that second place, and Kakara with the third. It seems as though Dakar is going to be getting that first position, though, as he's starting to round the last corner. He's coming over to the front. Is he going to take first, second, third? Let's find out. And that will be a first. Of course, it's Dakar. What did we expect?
Do you think we can make Shay louder on stream?
Yeah.
Probably.
Because he's fine in the call, just on stream it's too quiet.
Yeah, I can boost him now.
I can't do anything about that. My volume is at full volume.
No, your volume's good, Shay.
Discord's level.
It's just the stream issue.
I can boost it there and reduce it there, so it's not too much. Should be fine now.
Yes, the stream is going well already. What?
Uh-oh, Patrick Curl might be doing a faster run. He might be giving Dakar a run for his money. He's got two full green sectors.
Patrick Kuro was, of course,
and he is only 0.4 off of Dakar's time as well. No, he only got a 0.1 difference off his last
I'm surprised Paddy Kuro doesn't drive for Ferrari, since he was the Ferrari junior team and won the Formula 2 championship.
Well,
now Formula 1.
That is a good thing to notice, because he used to be in Diego Motorsports, which was basically a team that branched off of Ferrari, with Melodic Adrian taking over for that. But I guess I just have fast hands, because I asked Patrick Kuro if he wanted to decide for us after the whole debacle with Diego, and the deal was set. Same with Capitan and JQN Rec as well.
And Dansko is first?
Dansko is first. He's been sending some really good times in this rain weather, I have to say. It has been a Dancia, Dakar, and Patrick Kuro fight in the last free practice run, so I'm expecting that to be the same case during this qualifying. However, for FIFA, or F1 fan, as we like to call him, seems as though he's secured a fourth position on the spots. Oh, I take that back. It looks like Professor Rope Bloxer is going to be taking the third position with the Aston Martin racing team.
My prediction about Aston Martin possibly getting into the top 3 seems to be coming true so far.
These drivers are going extremely fast down these runs. However, it's going to be interesting to see if they continue to do that during the actual racing, now that they have a lot more risk involved with going fast, especially in these rainy conditions, losing the traction that they have. With all this damage involved with losing tires and losing front wings, and the fact that you cannot fix your front wing even at a pit stop, one minor move could completely destroy your chance of getting any points at this race.
Dakar is starting a hot lap right about now, entering turn 1. Can we focus on that?
Yes, we are. And I also would like to mention that this whole track is a considerably similar layout from the Australian track from Season 2. However, there has been a few changes, plus a large change on this corner that Dakar is about to come into right now, as we get into a more windy bit with a sharp corner on the exit. On the Season 2, this was a DRS zone with a small S-curve in it. But since a lot of drivers started to complain about that, this has been changed for this new track, with a bunch of remodeling changes as well. with some better corner cut sections and a lot more detail. And as I speak, the Care starts to head into the second sector. He's got a green for his first. What is he going to have for his second? That looks to be... Oh, that is a yellow. That's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if he will be able to secure that first place off this lap, or if he's going to have to take another.
Definitely will. See him using the ERS there, signified by the green light on the rear of the car.
Hang on a second, boys. Second place, Capitan Bo with Brandstar taking that second position with a 126.7. Dakar's got to get 0.3 off of his time in order to secure that.
And very competitive. What does he do?
And he did it.
Ooh. 126.3.
Still just enough to get up ahead of Capitan, but not enough to get up to Dancia.
That's 8/10 off.
This is looking very good for Audi. Very good for Audi.
And look at this, TDM fan and F1 fan taking that 7th and 8th. Looks like Novena's going to be starting to be called the fan team. But what about Red Star? I only see one Red Star on the grid right now. That is very interesting. Wonder what happened to their other main driver or the other reserve drivers. They only have one person out on the field, although he is taking a 10th position, so that would put him in the points in a normal race. And speaking of that, Kakara now taking a 6th position behind Patrick Kuro.
Have the Ferraris lost their form? We're going to find out in the race in a few minutes' time.
I'm not sure, but if anybody has lost their form, it looks like it's S-Spirit, as both drivers are now down into 18th and 20th positions right now. But Zint seems to be having a dual issue. Builder of Worlds going in a nice position, which is great, but their other driver, Lil Fun Greg, down into 20th now. And our
Hey, do
new
you think we can turn the volume of the cars up on stream? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, I'm doing that now. I don't want to bring them too loud, because when you go on board, it'll make you deaf.
Okay, yeah, because I know it gets too loud sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially in first-person view.
Yeah. It's ear raping. First-person view.
Got rain.
Oh. I'm hearing some rain. It looks like the rain might cause the rain on the track to increase. We might want to watch that real quick. Right now, it's enough rain for people to be running intermediates, but we might get into a section where wets will be a better choice of tires. Speaking of that, let's talk a little bit about tires today.
Tires. New update for Ion. We've got all 5 compounds from the real world. Softs, mediums, hards, intermediates, and full wets. To use in any type of weather condition apart from snow. Snow doesn't work.
Yeah, I believe if we have snow on the track, that's just going to be a red flag, so we are going to talk about that. Kaput that race. But right now, it seems as though we have intermediates, which has been good on minor percentages of rain, so that's around 10 to 30%. Wets would be around 40 to 60. And then we've had people having the softs, hards, and mediums during the free practice runs when there was no rain. Softs being the ones with the fastest times, but the fastest wear, and hards being able to run for multiple laps, but having a bit issue on traction compared to the other tires. But right now we're at 30% rain, so I believe everybody's going to be using intermediates right now. However, if this rain continues to pick up, we might be seeing some higher percentages and where tires might be starting to change to wet.
That reminds me, I made up a graphic for the dries and the wets, and I haven't rendered it, so I can't play that in the intro.
Oh, damn. Well, you live and you learn, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
That's alright. A picture's worth 1,000 words, and if I have to speak 1,000 words about it, then I will.
Sounds good to me. We are currently on board with, is that Greg I see?
Yep, we're with Greg.
Who are we looking at?
Right now I'm on board with Nikolai going into the second sector, but I can't see Deepod's screen, so I'm unsure of who he's with.
I'm looking.
I'm just following Greg. He's managed to gain 9 positions or 10 positions from 20th into 9th. That's 11 positions into 9th.
11, actually.
He's been able to go in front of his own co-driver. That's interesting. He put him down into 10th.
Wow.
Savagery from this low fun, Greg.
That would be a Q3 appearance. A Q3 appearance for Lawful, Greg, and Builder,
Oh,
all
no.
running the Zen team here.
It looks like Patrick Crew's been complaining about some sort of glitch. It seems like people have been issues with bumps on the track. Oh, and there's Greg slipping
Greg's
his car into the wall. He's out. That
And
will not
I
be
don't
enough
think-
time for him to do another lap because
No, that's-
qualifying now only has 50 seconds. So people must be finishing their laps or starting a new one by now.
And in 11th place, Wizard is improving. Personal best first sector. Can he get ahead of Greg and Builder? We know Greg is out. Builder starting a new lap. Let's see if he can improve. 35 seconds left on the clock. What can they do?
I don't know, but we'll find out. Seems
Wizard
as though Ferrari and
passes
Novena have been securing
Builder.
some good positions so far.
Hold on a minute here. Kaikera ahead of Dakar in qualifying? Hold
Well,
on,
it's
something's not
rain.
right.
It's rain, so you don't know if Dakar really can handle the rain that much. And maybe
I believe Kaikera is going to try and do one more flying lap.
Looks like Dansha is about to get a green sector. Will he be able to get a green sector in his third sector, though? That is another one.
Kaikera.
And here we are. Qualifying is finished. Everybody
Kaikera's
should be
wrecked his
finishing their
car.
laps by now. Oh, right at the finish line. Wasn't even able to finish the lap. That's sad. But if anybody's going to be able to finish their lap, it's going to be Dansha Hajek. Or not. He's just going to pit it. He
He's
doesn't
coming
feel like
into the
doing a
pits.
faster time on qualifying.
I see the Novena of F1
But breezy
fan.
thoughts with 2 green sectors and probably a third. We'll see if that does securing. Yes, he's getting in 9th position on the grid. Dansha Hadjek in the pits right now. We'll see if anybody else is going to be going across the line. Capitan is in the pits. F1 fan finishing his run. He had a green sector. He might be
Comes
getting.
around.
Oh,
He's being immediately followed.
that was a slip. That's
Oh.
not going to do very well for him. He's going to secure that 5th position though.
Can Professor
behind
Bloxer
Capitan Bo.
get past? He's still on his flying
Professor
lap.
Bloxer though, getting a green sector in a second.
He's going to need to do something in this third sector.
Or he needs to not do something, and by that I mean not slip. As a lot of people have been issuing.
Gonna come across
with
the
that
line now.
last corner, talking about bumps and such. But he'll secure a 6th.
He has 6th place ahead of the Brand Star.
Pits. TDM fan in the pits. Low Fun Greg in the pits. Builder of Worlds in the pits, and that will secure the 10th, top 10 on the grid.
That is qualifying for you.
It seems as though everybody's in the pits, so nobody is out on the track, which means... Oh, wait, no, I take that back. Blade Challenger is still on the track. Even though he's finished his laps, he must be doing a cool-down lap. But after he gets into the pits, that will be everyone off the track, and we can start this new race.
So the final classification for the start of the race, we've got the Audi of Dancing Hajek on pole, Kaikera and Dakar in the Ferraris locking out, well, not locking out the second row. Well, Kaikera's on the front row, Dakar is on the second, Capitan, on the second row with Dakar, F1 Fan and Professor Bloxer on the third row, Pache Kuro and Wizard Hook on the fourth, Breezy Thoughts with TDM Fan in the Novena. Then we have Lol Fun Greg and Builder of Worlds both in the Toyota next to each other on the grid. Derp Dino, Lance Droid, Ridley in the McLaren, PDXS, Nicoli, Antolol, Krusky was here, Blade Challenger, and that rank. Oh no, we've got Fanta Troll and Real Midgie in the E-Spirit in last position.
Interestingly enough, Fanta Troll was banned from the Free Practice 3 for being on the track before qualifying, before that free practice started, so he didn't have enough time to do enough practice on this track, which might have been why he was able to get that 21st position, second to last. However, I would like to mention that in the top 10, we have 1, 2, 3 different teams with both drivers in the top 10, Ferrari, Brandstar, and Novena.
Looking very interesting. So we're going to get the intro sequence running as we get ready for the first round of Ion Season 3. See you in a minute, everyone.
Alright, you take over.
112 days without any Ion F1 racing action. Hello everyone and welcome to the Ion Formula 1 Australian Grand Prix as it's the first round of the third season of the most advanced road racing league. All 24 drivers are going to be battling their way around this 19-corner Blue Wallaby Park circuit, with 8 of those going to the left and the remaining 11 going to the right. This circuit in its current form is a rework of the layout we saw last season, which actually debuted in Season 1. That first race in Season 1 was won by Warlord. Things today, however, are looking slightly more in Dance's favour. This circuit in particular has 2 DRS zones, the first of which runs down the start-finish straight into the sharp corner, the right-hander of turn 1, watch out for overtakes there, and the second takes you out of the swooping left-hander of turn 12 all the way through to turn 14. There's officially an average percent chance of rain of 50%. At the moment it's 30, but it could move up to 60 later in the day. And of course we have the 3 dry compounds, the softs, the mediums and the hards, as well as the intermediates and the wets, which I believe we'll be seeing more use of today in today's race. Of course, no one is actually leading the championship yet, as we haven't done any races. However, we're just going to show you all of the drivers and their teams. Ferrari keep their driver lineup of the past season, as well as Toyota keeping builder of worlds. Aston Martin rebrands from Airborne and keeps Professor Bloxer. Velour GTS is sporting a new blackout livery. Novena has new drivers. BMW Sauber rose from the ashes of the old Diogo Motorsports team, which collapsed right after the livery reveal event, as well as Lotus. I'm not sure we've actually seen them yet today, but we'll have to find out. Joining me in the commentary box today, we have Shea, the team principal of Brandstar.
Thank you, D-Pod. Hello, guys. I am the owner of Brandstar. My name is Shea, and today we're going to be starting off the Ion Racing F1 on the Australian Grand Prix. I have a bit of news for you. So, Lance Droid is going to be out on Lotus. However, since their owner was not available and is out on his own vacation, he was not able to get his own livery in, so he is going to be running a Brandstar livery. So if you see a driver out there who is not one of ours, that is why. But our drivers will be Patrick Currow and Capitan Bo. Anyways, right now, the qualifying is going to be starting. On the grid, we have Dakar 2 in the first position. Or actually, no, I take that back. Dansha Hajek with the Audi Sport, the only driver Audi Sport out on the grid right now, is going to be in first place with Dakar right behind him.
Force of habit right there, Shay, wasn't it?
That is true, because Dakar seems to love having that first place, but it looks like Dansha Hajek was able to grasp that from his clutches. Dakar getting into third with Kakara getting in front of him. So Dakar is going to be in that third position, but right behind him is Capitan Bo with Brandstar and then F1 fan in Novena. We're expecting a lot of rain today. Right now it's at 30%, so everybody's going to be on intermediates, but that might be changing as the rain continues. We might be seeing around 40%, 50%. We might even be seeing some wet tires being put on, or we might be seeing it clear up and we're going to start seeing some mediums and hards and soft tires. But right now, everybody's on
Safety car out in front for the formation lap with Dancer Hajek in first position in that Audi. That Audi team must be very excited for this race.
Well, for one driver at least.
Well, yeah, for one driver at least.
If they get on the points and they get that first place, that'll be great. However, they're cutting themselves short by only having one driver out there. If they could have had 2, they would have had more points. Ferrari might be able to take that from their clutches with 2 drivers getting in that second and third. And right behind him is Brandstar. We might be seeing a surprise with Brandstar taking a few of those top spots with Patrick Currow, last season's F2 championship, and Capitan Bo, the 4th place in the F2 championship, coming into F1. And we see Kashmir Q in the pace car, lining them down the road as they start their formation lap. You got your eyes on a team, D-Pod?
I've got my eyes on first place. I can't change it to anyone at the moment because everyone's been wiped off of the leaderboard as we get ready for the start of the race. So I'm going to keep my eyes on pole position for the time being.
Any sort of team you're rooting for today?
I would say, ironically, I would say the Ferraris, but they've been so successful in the past 2 seasons. It would be good to see someone else rise to the top in 11 weeks' time because we have 10 races and the mid-season break.
That is true. Dakar taking that first and second season championship in the drivers and constructors. Will we be seeing an upset today, though, with this new features with the tire compounds, the rain, the ability to completely crash out your car? If Dakar makes up one slip-up, that'll be his whole race, and we might be seeing a Season 1 France again.
Wow. During pre-season testing, Dakar wasn't doing too well in the rain, so we're just going to have to see how that goes for him during the race. I believe he may have had a bit more practice in the rain.
That is true. And here we have the drivers coming back to the grid after finishing their formation lap. And once everybody gets on the grid, we'll be able to start the Australian Grand Prix for F1 in the Ion season.
Need to improve my graphics quality. Can't actually see the grid yet. There we go.
Alright, here comes Real Miggy taking that final position on the grid. And once he gets in, I believe it'll be lights out on Australian Grand Prix for the Ion Season 3.
Oh, come on. Keeps flicking in and out. Try that.
Sorry guys, a bit of technical difficulties.
And right now it looks like we have one grid spot empty. We're waiting for somebody to start.
And joining us is Kashmir Q, the guy who was in the pace car and the owner of the Ion season. Welcome, Kashmir.
Thank you very much. Very excited for this first race. It's been a minute.
Are you going to be giving us some entertainment today on this commentary?
Definitely. It looks like we're starting this race. One of the cars is trying to get out of the pits now. It's the BMW.
And the 5 lights are on.
Here we go. 5 lights. We're waiting for the lights out.
And we're off and away for the Australian Grand Prix. Looking good from the Ferraris and the Audi. Everyone's bunching together as they get through turn 1. Most people unscathed.
Yeah, it looks like Dan's got a very poor exit. Dakar straight into the lead.
And we have 32 laps of this race, so we're going to see how people can do with not only their hot laps, but their conditioning and keeping on that track, because hitting the wall is going to be very detrimental for their race.
I think
we're going to see quite a few crashes today.
I remember when we were doing our practice race. Sorry, go ahead, Deepon.
Dakar is getting out into the lead, being closely followed by the junior team of Novena.
Dan's making a small mistake going through the chicane there, hitting the bump, sending himself flying. He's back down in 4th position right now.
Yes, these conditions are very inept for crashes today. Any driver is susceptible to a crash, and if they crash, that is over for their race. They lose a tire, if they lose a front wing, there is no respawning that.
And Dan's moving way back into the field, going off the off the track onto the grass. He's down in, I believe that's 10th place now.
Seems a few of the drivers are deciding that they want to start taking it slow in order to keep themselves from doing a crash, trying to get out of that fray of drivers and cars in order for them to be able to see the road.
Dakar being very consistent with it right now. Out in
with the first lap, it is now Dakar with F1 Phantom in 2nd, Professor Broxer in 3rd.
Good little battle in the midfield here, still scrapping around positions. Almost impossible to tell who's in what position right now. That's how fast the cars are swapping positions.
That is true. It is only the 2nd lap, so people still need to start getting into order. But right now, it looks like Dakar is pulling ahead by a considerable margin, I might add.
In 3rd place right now, we've got Kai Kara in the Ferrari. He's going to want to get a move on. He wants to contend for the championship this season, being bested by his teammate 2 seasons in a row, should I say. Currently 3.1 seconds off his teammate.
I just saw, oh, Waffles stopping on the track. Oh no, Waffles is out of the race. That is going to be our first crash out today, folks. He
In
has
the
launched the
BMW.
front wheel.
Yep. Let's see if he can make that back to the pits. Hopefully we don't need a safety car here. We are going to have a yellow flag.
Let's look down in the back of the grid and let's see. A lot of people still fighting for positions in the back of the grid. I can see Valor, Patrick Curl down into 12th. That's not a very good position for him, but hopefully he'll be able to bring that back up. But luckily his car is still intact.
Oh,
Nicolai's gone round
Nikolai,
as well.
18th position. Yeah, he's stuck
Oh,
on the
that's-
curb there.
He's stuck on the curb. Unless he
Let's
can
see if
get that out, he's out of the race.
See if we can, let's see if he can get out of that. I don't think he can.
Seems like the curse of Real Megacode has come into F1, and Nikolai has been its victim.
And they've only just been passed by the E-Spirit of Real Miggy. That could be showing real poor pace for the E-Spirit, already 45 seconds behind. F1 fan just sets the fastest lap.
PDX. No, he can set the fastest lap, but he still has to get up in front of Dakar.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta wonder how fast will these tires start wearing, and when will we be starting seeing pits? As we are on intermediates, and I'm not sure how many of these teams were able to practice how fast those tires wear. Fastest saying that the safety car is out. That has been 2 crashes, so it seems like everybody's going to get back into order as the safety car has been called out.
There we go, Dakar passing the stranded cars.
It seems Nikolai has given up on his car, so that means he is out of the race, and now Waffles is at a standstill.
And he's just
And he is
respawned.
out as well.
Kashmir in the
Dakar's
safety
coming into
car.
the pits.
Dakar's boxing. This is going to get spicy.
British talking about an illegal overtake on Dansha.
Nevena is now in the
Something
lead,
wrong with
being
Dakar?
followed by Kaikara. Dakar's falling all the way back out of the points.
It seems like Dakar was the only one to come into the pits. I'm not exactly sure. Oh no, it seems like he's saying that he has no tires. That might be a glitch. But he's back out right now. He's got a lot of ground to cover though. But he does have a whole race in order to catch up.
I'm sure
Plus, we have a
Dakar
safety
could
car
do
out.
it if he really wanted to.
If there was one time to go into the pits in order to fix up some issues, this was definitely one of the best times they could have asked for. So it seems like F1 fans up in front, Kakara right behind him, and then there's a big fray in behind him. But Professor seems to be getting third, with Dansha in 4th, Builder in 5th, and Capitan Bo in 6th. Seems like Zent's drivers are all in the points right now in 5th and 7th. Brandstar at 6th and 9th. Derp Dino Zerks seems to be running the second Audi. So I take that back. It seems like they do have 2 drivers out on the field. Derp Dino being a driver for both BMW and Audi. So it seems like they were able to sort out that.
Well, they're both under the same sort of leadership umbrella, so...
In an interesting turn of events, Breezy thoughts with Valor getting that 10th position so far.
They didn't do too well last season. Let's see if the Fillers can do a little bit better this season.
Now they're coming into the 3rd sector. Fast talking about safety car coming in this lap, which means that they will be free once the next lap starts.
Is F1 fan
really-
backing the field up?
And safety car is out, which means once they cross that line, they will be back to normal racing.
And we're racing.
And we're back. Green flag. Oh, Dansha Hajek taking that corner very wide, leaving Capitan to go in front of him. However, there's still a fight for first place between F1 fan Professor Bloxer and Kakera.
How interesting is this going to get between
I hear
the
that Krusky is
Ferraris?
out. Oh no, Krusky's been hit on the pit, on the curb of that final sector.
Oh,
So that is another driver out. Oh no, that's a Brandstar that just flipped.
Captain Bo?
That was Capitan Bo. He's going to lose some positions, but it seems like his tires are still intact at least.
Yeah.
However, I don't know if I can say the same for his front wing. Sadly, that is client side, so we don't get to see if that is the case. I guess we'll find out in the text chat. Patrick Creel is still coming up ahead, though.
F1
He's been doing very
fan
good on
and
consistency-wise.
Kaikara are squabbling at the moment.
That is true. His tires might be taking a run for it. So far, there hasn't been any other retirements except for Krusky. However, Wizard Hook seems to have... I haven't even seen Wizard Hook, but it seems like he's out of the race too, which means Red Star is completely out of this race.
Let's check
Wow.
on board with the Toyotas. My favourite livery from the livery showcase.
The Zant Toyotas of Lawful, Greg, and a Builder both actually tied right now for 5th position, in fact. Very interesting, very matched on pace. Honestly thought Lawful Greg was lacking based on his qualifying pace, but he went from 20th to ahead of his teammate really quickly, so, you know, just goes to show that he's able to get up to speed. We have 3 drivers out of this race
Oh,
currently.
you spoke too soon. Low Fun Greg just hit the curbs.
Oh. Still
However, it
managing to
seems
be
like
in.
he's still holding his speed for now. However, I might want to add that during that practice race back in the time, Greg was showing a lot of compassion and speed in his racing. However, that one crash completely did him in. However, I might have to add that 3/4 of the grid crashed out during that race. And I don't know if we'll be seeing a repeat of that during this race. Maybe we might see at least 1/4 of the grid crashing out today.
Maybe Greg holding on in there. Meanwhile, Dakar making his way up to 4th, getting past his teammate with the fresher inters on. So clearly there's a lot of wear on those inters, considering the track isn't as wet as it could be. Dakar now fighting for the lead here.
Captain Bill is losing positions, being back in the back. That flip really did him in. I don't know if he has damage on his car or not.
Dakar now up into 2nd. We're going to see how badly Kaikara's tyres are, if that could be affecting his current pace.
Since these are medias, they might be wearing a little faster. And as we have 7 laps on the board, people might start doing pit strategies very soon, at least in the next lap or in the next few laps. As we watch this corner that seems like everybody's been having trouble with it so far, we'll see what happens if somebody makes a mistake on this corner.
TDM fan doing considerably worse than his teammate. He's now 11 seconds behind the leader.
Seems as though Derp Dino Zerks has crashed out as well.
Yeah, he has returned himself to the pits.
So that is one Audi driver out. Don Shahajic, however, getting that 5th position so far. Patrick Kuro coming back up into 6th, but Capitan coming into 3rd, getting 2 positions off of his last run. Breezy Thoughts with Valor into 8th. Lil Fun Greg and Builders taking 7th and 9th present. F1 Fan doing wonders for Novena in that 2nd position, and Professor Blocks are doing the same in 3rd. However, of course, Dacare's still in the lead. Seems Dakar has done 2 pit stops. The only driver besides Real Mega Colt to do pit stops so far. You gotta be wondering how fast this man is really going to be able to do 2 pit stops and still be getting that 1st position by a large margin, I might add. Here comes Dancha Hajek to the bumpy curves, and he takes that very well. Seems like that one corner, the biggest change to Australia since Season 2, is a big mix-up for a lot of these drivers, and it will either make or break their race today. Oh, and speaking of that, Patrick Carrillo 7 getting in front of Dancha Hajek. Will he be able to secure that 5th by the next sector?
Yes,
he will.
Secured it.
As we get into 8 out of 32 laps of this race right now. People are doing a 2 pit stop. I believe that they will be running on the 10th or 11th lap for their pit stops.
Krusky was here, just hanging out in the pit lane.
There might be trouble with Fanta's car. Toots has been asking him to retire. He might have a front wing gone. Seems like both the McLaren drivers are having a considerable amount of trouble, Ridley and Fantatrol. Lance Droid with Lotus taking the 12th position, starting his 9th lap. Right now it seems like everybody's keeping their pace so far, trying to hold out on the track more than trying to get a new position.
Current podium
Patrick Crew, however, taking 4th position now.
Current podium positions made up of the 2 Ferraris, with Professor Bloxer for Aston Martin splitting them in between.
Looks like we're having a bit of lag. There we go. It's 9th to 32 lap. We're still on 30% rain. I don't know if that will be changing anytime soon. Do you have any insight on that, Kashmir?
Real life forecast.
That is true. Builder of Worlds, however, going down into 16th. I don't know if something happened to him. He might have had a bit of a slip up. He's trying to get those positions back, though. He's going to start pushing it a little harder, trying to pass in Fantatrol and Antelo 1300.
It's still showing rain for at least the next hour, and dropping down.
Professor Bloxer doing a pit. Is Spirit PDXS doing a pit. And it looks like one of the Novena drivers has done a pit too. That's TDM Fan. Oh, and here we go. 35% rain on the track right now. It seems like we're going to be starting to get some more rain. There's people going to start putting on those wet tires.
Professor Bloxer has lost it through the first corner, right out of the pits, and he's reset.
Oh no, he is out of the race. That was the only driver for Aston Martin as well, so Aston Martin has completely found himself out of the points.
Does this mean that Aston Martin could be letting the Ferraris of Dakar and Kaikara getting the first 1-2 of the season?
Seems like Dakar and Kakara right now, all they have to do is keep on the track and keep going as fast as they can in order to secure that 1st and 2nd position. Patrick Krill, however, coming in right behind them in that 3rd position, taking over Dancha Hadjak, Breezy, and Professor Bloxer. As long as he can hold that car, he might be having some champagne during the end of that race.
Virtual champagne, that is.
Or as we would like to call it, the rose water.
Yep, for moderation. Yes, sir.
Dancha Hadjak coming up ahead of Breezy, trying to find the pass on him on that DRS zone.
Meanwhile, Calcara in the pits. What is he pitting for?
He must be changing his tires. He must be expecting wet weather, which means he might start needing those wets.
He changes onto the
Now-
intermediate.
Well, he's still in intermediates. That's interesting. We're now on 40% rain.
It's got a fresh set.
I guess they're waiting for it to get a little more gradual for that rain on the water. I'm sorry, track. Have there been any more discontinuations besides Professor Bloxer? Professor Bloxer getting a new car? Is that allowed?
I don't think so.
Somebody might need to tell him that one.
Gonna get very
Yeah,
interesting.
he's out, and all of his tires are intact. Capitan Bo in 13th position right now. He's got a lot of catching up to do.
I don't think he got a new car.
Well, he did reset. I did see him reset.
I saw him
did too. The
reset.
barriers are closed.
So something happened. There might need to be some
Yeah, we'll need to
investigation on
review
that
that.
one.
We need to review that after the race.
Other than that, Capitan Bo now in 12th position. Real Mega Colt.
That's a
in
good
11th.
idea. Let's get some under
So I believe-
investigation graphics.
That's a little less than half the grid out. Or I believe that's about a 1/3. No. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers out of the 23 right now. Or 22, I might add.
Yeah, shows up cash.
However,
using
we
the
don't
safety
count
car.
Cashmere as a driver, so that is 5 out of the 22.
On stream,
And
it's
I'm
only
still in the
shown.
race.
On screen, only the top 20 are being shown.
Oh, that's perfect, actually.
Capitan Bo down into 13th. Professor Bloxer was able to
Angelo.
pass him somehow. What happened to
Angelo
Angelo?
doing a full pirouette. He's on the full
that
wets
was
right
full
now.
spin, but his tires are still intact.
Yeah, Angelo down in
45%
17th
in the rain.
position.
Patrick, holy cow! Patrick Crew is in 2nd position.
What has
Paddy
happened
Kuro.
there? Kaikara, after pitting, has he fallen down?
We might want to start checking on the pit section. We might be seeing some drivers starting to change those tires real quick. I'm gonna go look.
The percentage of rain is increasing quite rapidly, about 5% every minute.
Here we
up
go.
to
Dakar coming
50%.
into the pits. And right behind him is Ridley 03. And then there's Professor Bloxor.
The
He's probably gonna be
intermediates
changing
lose their
tires as well.
effectiveness around this point. They're going to be switching for full wet. If they switch if anyone switches for intermediates, then that is going to be a very bad call by the team.
And there it is. Dakar is now on blues, which means he's got his wet tires on.
Antelol is going straight
Ridley
past,
on
unlapping
wets.
himself.
Professor Bloxer on wets. The other drivers, however, seem to be set their minds straight on the intermediates. However, I don't know if that will either make or break their race.
Kaikara is staying
now
out in the
50%
inters.
rain.
This is going to be
So
very
we have some
interesting.
drivers on the intermediates and some drivers on the full wets here.
Right now, we only have 3 drivers who have been able to switch into those wets off the intermediates.
Could
might be
Kaikara
starting to see
gain
a bit of
positions
slip
in
up
the
now.
intermediates, or is that a bad call to keep him on the inters by Ferrari? Dakar now on the full wets. How much time is he going to gain?
As we can see our tire graphic there, Dakar stopped 3 times, whereas Kaikara has only stopped once. Interesting. But to be fair, Dakar did stop twice under the pit stop. Under the safety car, and he had to make 2 pit stops because his tires were not fitted correctly.
I'm hearing that Ridley has disappeared. He has left the server, which means he has forfeit his position.
He must have retired.
Wasn't in
So
the
that
points.
is a McLaren out of the race.
Captain Bo and the Brand Star coming out of the pits right now.
Seems like
And-
he's changed to wets.
And in 11th
Whoa,
place,
was that a Kakara hitting the wall right there?
was it?
It
Let's
looked
go
like he hit
over
the
to
wall, but
Takara.
his tires are still intact.
He still
Let's
looks to
see.
be running fine.
Seems like he's trying to come and take a pass on Patrick Crew. He's got about a second or 2 behind him.
50% water on the track. This is a wet race, ladies and gentlemen. And this is
This is
extremely hot as we see
official
Kaikara swirling through that
race.
corner. As we're on board with
Patrick Crew
Kaikara.
and
Dakar.
Kakara are both on those
No,
intermediates right now, but it looks like Patrick Crew is going to be starting to swap those out for wets right now.
Alright, battle on the
Kakara
track.
will not.
He stays out.
He
Battle on
stays
the
out for
track
intermediates.
between F1 fan and PDX in 8th and 9th position right now. That's an interesting battle. We know these guys are going to be pushing each other to the absolute maximum, so let's see which one makes a mistake first.
Patrick Krill getting some support from his whole team of Brandstar drivers.
F1 fan losing it slightly.
And duets.
PDX being a multiple race winner in F2 last season, of course.
That'll put Patrick Krill down into third now, as F1 fan gets ahead of him. So that is now fourth for him. Kakara taking those front positions again. So the rain has picked up about 20% over how it started. Will it pick up any more? That is to be seen.
Very interesting race here as PDX passed by Lance Droid, an
And
F2
Lotus.
race winner.
Yeah, it seems like they're having a big fight for ninth position there.
Yeah, I definitely think we should be looking at 9th right now. Oh, as Kaikara, just as we cut away from him, goes off the track. Not
Yeah,
sure if he hit the wall or
He
not.
might be starting to feel that pain of the intermediates.
He's
They must be
running
warned.
wide.
And
Definitely running wide.
not only are those intermediates probably being warned right now, but they're not going to do very much with this 50% of rain. But he still wants to hold them for some reason. I don't know what he's thinking. He must be crazy, but crazy might be the one thing that wins him this race.
Interestingly enough, F1 fan down in 7th position with the fastest lap. Where did that come from?
I don't know, but maybe he will either be doing faster laps or will not be doing them anymore. But since we have wet tires right now, I don't think anybody's going to be doing any faster laps, as this whole track has been soaked.
50%.
Looks like the best battle on track right now is between Breezy and TDM here.
Patrick Krill taking that third position.
It's a
Vantage doing
three-way
a
battle.
faster sector. Oh no, Real Miggy is out. Real Miggy is out. He hit that one corner with the hard... He hit that hard corner, hit the curves, and now he has lost a tire. He is out of the race.
Miggy for Brandstar. Sorry. Miggy for Spirit. Yep, that car is definitely out.
PDXS now being E-Spirit's only hope of getting points.
Capitan Bo with Brandstar still in the 14th position. Hasn't been able to catch up any so far. Patrick Krill is holding it for his team. With Lofungrig right behind him, I might add. And Breezy behind him. And F1 behind him, doing a bit of a slide off of that corner. Kakara coming in to the next lap.
PDX.
Our pole sitter now running wide in 11th place. The pole sitter is out of the top 10.
I'm starting to be curious if Kakara has done any kind of pit. He must have done at least one.
Hitting the track.
Ooh. PDX here.
So now we have
single player.
So now it seems like we only have 15 drivers out of 22 on the track so far.
And Anto is one of them. What is going on here?
Lance Droid with Lotus taking 9th position so far. Rocking that Brandstar. Which, to be fair, would have not been much different from
Anto has spun.
I hear Anto has
put it around.
But he's still going. He's still going.
Kept it out of the barrier at least.
We might want to watch him to see if something catastrophic will happen. As we get into the 16th of 32
Anto
lap.
going around again.
That is another flip up.
Oh my. Oh, managing to keep it out of the wall somehow too. That's the most impressive part about it.
He has his teammate behind him.
Slow.
Let's just say Anto's about to be lapped by his teammate.
Anto's about to be in the wall if he's not careful.
That is
true.
As
he stops on track?
No, he's still going.
Yep, he's getting lapped
right now with his. He's right now with his teammate.
Tokyo
he is slipping so hard on that track.
Watching him get past.
I'm starting to wonder what his tires are at. Oh no!
Into the wall.
And he's out.
That is it. His tire has been taken down.
We have watched the correct person.
That is one Valor out of the race. Breezy is now the only Valor intact.
Is he going to try to limp home to the pits and retire?
If anything, I'm surprised that Capitan Bo is still out there after that considerable flip, even if he is in 14th position.
Very impressive.
It'd be impressive if he got in the top 10, however, since 14th will not be getting him any points for his team. And Fanta Troll with McLaren, the only McLaren left on the field, still on his intermediates, I believe. I'm starting to wonder if these wets might have been a bad idea. But Kakara's still holding his own with the wets. So you can't really say too much about that. And Kakara, holding intermediates, still doing a good job. So to be fair, tire strategy is very varied for the Ferrari team right now. Now only 14 drivers out in the field, because Antelo seems to have reset his car. So 14 out of 22, but I believe that is about a third of the grid off the track now.
We're over halfway through this race, and the top 10 already is very different from the way that we started this race. The pole sitter isn't even in the top 10 anymore.
Very interesting if 4 more drivers crash, because that will mean that every driver who is still intact will be in the points.
And so has left the building, ladies and gentlemen.
And he's
And
back.
so has returned. Meanwhile, I'm surprised to see Builder still in this race. He's running a single player right now, but definitely still getting some good points for the Zent team. Meanwhile, Lawful and Greg, very impressed with him running up in 4th position right now. Another driver running a quiet race, but only 4 seconds off Paddy Coro, who goes deep into the first corner. Is Lawful and Greg able to make it up and possibly snatch a podium off the ex-Ferrari driver? Ooh, let's find out.
Like Professor Bloxer and Capitan Bo are having a fight, as now Capitan Bo has secured that 12th position, with Professor going down into 14th, and Fanta Troll, sort of the neutral person right in between them in 13th.
Dakar coming to lap Captain Bo, actually down in what position is he in? 12th. Dakar lapping 12th position.
He's coming into Capitan Bo, and he was going to lap him, but it seems like he's pitting now.
Yep, so Dakar coming into the pits. Will his teammate Kaikero follow suit, or will he stay out? Let us find out. Let's take a look at these pit
Dakar
stops.
found out that these wet tires start to lose traction faster than the intermediates. I don't know. Patrick Crew is having a bit of trouble on that last corner, so that might be the situation.
And here comes Kaikera down the main straight, coming past his teammate. Dakar just leaving his pit box. It is currently Kaikera who leads this race.
Kakara has only done 1 pit stop. This is crazy, and he's still on those intermediates too, and he's holding it really fast.
Absolutely champing it right now. What does his teammate put on? His teammate puts on the intermediates as well.
Must have found out that those are the tires to use. I wonder if anybody else is going to start noticing that.
Ferrari being the first team to get the strategy absolutely correct here.
Well, I'm not sure if it's correct, but risky is another way to say it.
Definitely. Meanwhile, Paddy Kuro manages to manages to maintain the same gap from Lawful and Greg behind him. I expected Greg to be making up some time on Paddy Kuro here, but Greg actually on the wet tires and Paddy Kuro also on the wet tires. Someone tell Greg that he needs to pit for the inters.
Well, I'm sure he's just trying to hold what he can, as he wants to secure that 4th for his team, while Builder Worlds takes that 7th. If he does secure that 4th, that means he'll be able to get enough points to secure over the Brandstar Constructor.
Funny enough, so other than the top 3, everybody else behind are running the wets. In fact, other than the top 2, everybody are running wets. Ferrari have found something here. Have they actually gotten the strategy right for once?
Well, they might have, unless the rain starts picking up even more and we start getting to percentages like the 60s.
Meanwhile, great battle in where are we? TDM fan, 10th position.
TDM and PDXS in 10th and 11th, fighting for that 10th position while they start hitting that sharp corner to the bumps.
This is definitely interesting. The dirty air making it very hard to follow somebody.
Had a bit of a slip there, but
that
he was able to hold on to it.
Yes, he was.
PDX might be
putting
taking
that in the
advantage
wall.
of that.
I think
PDX has his own slip.
It looks like PDX has worse tires. TDM fan was able to get the turn in on the corner while
Oh,
PDX
look at
was
this!
just oversteering, and here we go.
The Novena's losing it. The Novena is losing it.
Oh!
Yep. This is a heart-wrenching stuff here. I'm more interested in this battle between TDM and PDX here. This is definitely interesting. So these guys are basically right on top of each other right now. They're going to be putting maximum pressure on each other, which is going to stress the tires just a little bit more. Running in the dirty air is obviously going to stress the tires a little bit more. And they're running behind Dance right now.
And right behind them is Capitan Bo, I might add. He's starting to move up.
Yeah,
He's gonna
PDX
start
and
beating
TDM
them.
going extremely ham right now. TDM actually taking the inside here.
One of them
Meanwhile,
pit.
it looks like PDX takes the inside, and
They both
it's
hit.
gonna be, yeah, they both pitting together. So these guys are gonna come out of the
Capitan
pits.
pit. He will as well.
All right, let's see what tires they go on to. We'll come back to this
Teammate
battle.
F1
Kakera.
fan is going
Kakera seem to
out.
be having their own fight. Kakera was able to get in front of Kakera during that first and second sector.
F1
And now
fan in
Kakera
and
is
out.
back in the lead. Patrick Kuro did a pit, I believe, and now he is in 6th position.
Professor Bloxer saying fix the pit stop glitch. Well, no shit, sir.
Seems like there was another issue with the pit stops. They didn't hold their...
Ooh. Who are we on board with?
We're with F1 fan.
Let's go ahead and go on board with Patty Kuro here and Lance Droid. These guys are pretty close together on track.
both
looks
using
like-
Brandstar, but on different teams, I might want to add.
Yeah.
Patrick
So
Kuro for
looks
Brandstar and Lance Droid for Lotus. Patrick Kuro seems to be running it. Seems like he's about to start passing Builder of Worlds soon.
So Patty Kuro pit and did not put the intermediates on. He decided to stay on the wets right now.
That is true. Builder of Worlds seems to be losing some speed during that corner.
Let's see if any of the drivers take the wet line, and it looks like Patty Kuro definitely is taking the wet line. That's the line where you take the outside of the corner instead of hitting the apex. Allows you to have more downforce through the corner and carry more speed through the corner as well.
Seems like Kakera and Kakera are still running those intermediates, unlike most of the grid. Whoa, hang on a second. Breezy's just changed his tires. I think he went with intermediates as well.
Breezy
Zen
on the
changing their
intermediate.
tires. Audi changing their tires. Yep, Breezy is on intermediates. Builder of Worlds stays on his wets. Patrick Kuro was able to get 4th position, however, with Lance Droid behind him. Low Fun Greg in that 3rd. He might secure a podium today if he holds on.
Very, very interesting. We did not see him make the pass on.
Uh-oh,
was it Patty
Fentrol.
Kuro?
Fentrol hit the wall, but his tires are still intact. He's in the grass right now. He's losing a lot of tire wear right now.
Sliding
We've
back
already
onto
had
the track.
6 or 7 different podium sitters. We've got the Ferraris, the
Whoa!
Novenas.
Professor is out. Professor is
Professor
out
is
now.
out. Oh, in what position?
14th.
He's now 14th.
He's
Because
left in
everybody
14th.
has passed him. So Professor is now officially out of the points. Sad day for Aston Martin. And Danja Hajek, the only Audi driver to be staying on the grid in 11th. He is very close to those points, but he still has yet to secure it as he starts to come up on PDX and TDM fan, at least a second behind them. Capitan Bo still running behind them as well, about 2 seconds behind Danja Hajek.
And news from Fasta.
Lance Droid is
Forecast
pitting.
report. News from Fasta. Forecast report. Apparently, the track is drying out and the rain is letting off.
Well, how about
see how
that?
that
Seems
Could
like
we
the
see a
Air Air
switch to
did
hards?
do the proper strategy today.
Let's see. Because here's how it runs. This is how it works. You can either decide to switch to the dries, but you don't know if it's gonna dry up entirely, or you can stick with the tires that you're currently on, the wet tires, and try to make it to the end of the race. Because currently there's only 9 laps remaining of this race.
This is really just going to be a fight for strategy now.
Yep.
Track
And
is
Builder comes
expected to
into the
drive,
pits.
but by how much? Will it get to 0% or will it stay down on 20% or so? And the intermediates might be the better tire to use. We don't know.
Yep. Builder comes out of the pits, and I believe he's rocking the intermediate tires.
Those are
He
the
is indeed
inters.
rocking the intermediates. Well, let's see how much time he makes up. He's currently 125 seconds off the leader right now. Let's see what he's able to do.
Builder of Worlds down into 12th now. I wonder what happened.
He took a pit stop just now.
Ah, I see. That would do it. Down to taking 10th, though. And PDX and TDM fan. Lance Droid going down with TDM fan and PDX. F1 fan still the fastest lap, but still in 6th position. Low Fun Greg's doing a pit.
He's
And I believe
boxing.
Patrick
Can
Kuro will be
Patrick
as
Kuro
well.
get past?
No, he won't. Interesting.
Patrick Kuro is going to get that position from Greg.
I'm guaranteed he's going to have to do a pit soon.
So Paddy Kuro is actually ahead as Greg pits. What is Greg pit for?
And Greg has been
Dakar is
lapped
about
by
to
the
lap
leader.
Breezy.
Oh no.
That shows just how fast Dakar has gone over these other drivers as he is lapping 4th place, which means only 2 other drivers are on the same lap as him.
And it's his teammate and another Ferrari driver.
Well,
Ex-Ferrari driver.
somewhat.
Ex-Ferrari driver.
Ex-Ferrari. Ex-ERT.
Ferrari
so
are good
we
at
have-
picking their drivers.
They are. They have an entire empire of drivers. I'm not sure why Paddy Kuro didn't get the seat, but I mean, hey, Kaikera clearly is significantly faster than Paddy Kuro here. The gap being 50 seconds between Kaikera and Paddy Kuro, second and third. Crazy big gap. Ooh, one of the Valors going into the wall. Was that? Who was that?
The only other Valor out there right now is Breezy.
Breezy. Yeah. Let's see if his car is okay.
He seems to still be on wets on a 40% rain.
Yeah. Dakar also setting a purple middle sector here.
Oh no, I
Sure.
take that back. He's on intermediates.
Yeah, he's on intermediates. Paddy Kuro still on the wet
Kuro
tires.
is on his. Is that Paddy Kuro? Is that Capitan? No,
Looks
that
like
is Paddy
Paddy
Kuro. He's right behind him. Where's Kakara?
Oh,
Oh,
Paddy Kuro, what the
Paddy
heck?
Kuro's got into the
What
wall!
the hell? Did you? Whoa, what was that?
That
Where
was
did that
bad.
come from?
I don't know. He might have lost his tires. He might have lost steering. But that means Paddy Kuro is out of the race now.
That
He's
was
saying he got
What
glitched.
happened?
He's saying he got glitched.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it on stream. Safety car, right?
I believe that is a safety car. That might have been a glitch with his own steering wheel. I'm not sure. Capitan Bo, however, his teammate is pitting in 11th position.
He's going to have to walk back to the pits.
Seems like we have no safety car.
Oh, it seems like he accidentally pressed R on his steering wheel, which caused him to do mouse steering to activate.
Cause that was mad random. This car just turned to the what would that be, right? To his right, driver
Yeah.
right, into the wall, and he crashed out.
So that means Brandstar has lost their fastest driver so far. Capitan Both being the only driver to stay out on the track so far.
But what that does mean is the battle for third position is now on between Breezy and Lawful Greg.
That is true.
One man's trash is another man's treasure, as they do say. Breezy
They are
currently
right
holding
next to
that
each
third
other.
position right now. Yep.
2/10.
Oh,
Oh
Spinner
no,
in the
there goes
background.
Fan Patrol into the wall.
Looks like it was soft
He
enough
still
for
holds
him
his
to keep
tires,
going.
however.
Yep. All right. Well, good job to him for holding it together.
British Aviary asking us to write off Australia from the calendar off of these glitches and bugs that have seemed to rampage almost every driver so far.
Looks like both Audi drivers are out. Explains why he wants that.
I don't think that the
we have Dance in the
Ferraris
race.
would be would be a big fan of having these having this race ran off of the calendar if their positions maintain.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Now they're taking a fast line to that corner.
Dance and TDM are definitely going extremely ham right now. This battle
And it
is looking
out
crazy.
for blood right now after falling back so far.
Look at that. The battle for fifth position right now. Absolutely loving this between the two drivers. Off-board shot definitely looks better right now.
Landstroid in 8th position right now, fighting with PDXS, who's about half a second in front of him. As we get into the 26 or 32 laps, which means we only have 7 laps of this race, as we are now on 25% rain. People are going to start moving to intermediates for even, mediums, or hards for now.
I believe from memory the dries start to become effective around 15 to 10%, so we've got a little bit further to go before they might switch to the dries.
We now only have 12 drivers on field, but Fantatrol seems to be having a bit of trouble slipping and sliding on that second corner of Sector 3. He's going very slow.
Kykera coming behind him to lap him for probably a second time. Definitely a second time.
If another driver falls out of the race, then there will only be 11 people out on the track. 15% rain now.
And they switch into dries. I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Or at least intermediates. I don't believe anybody else is on wet tires anymore.
Doesn't seem like it. I believe the only person who was on wet tires was Paddy Kuro, and he crashed out in spectacular fashion.
I don't think that was because of the tires, however.
Nope. That was a whole separate issue.
And Lolfun Greg drifting his way around the corner, battling with breezy thoughts. And this is a battle for a podium spot.
Care coming in to start the 28th lap. Seems like he's going to have an even faster lap than last one. He's starting to use those intermediates to its full potential. Now there's only 10% of rain on the track. Seems like somebody has pit for new tires.
PDM and Dan.
And Dante.
Meanwhile, we still have the battle for third position. Lolfun Greg does in fact get ahead of Breezy. Will either of them come into the pits? Do they think they can gain enough, or will they
Putting
stay out?
slicks on, they've put slicks on.
Oh, slick tires. The first set of slicks. What do they put on? Is it the sauce or is it the
The
medium?
Audis are putting the mediums on, and the Novena has put the softs on.
Oh, so this is going to be a battle of tires here. Let's see if the Reds' soft tires fall off the cliff at any point. It looks like the Audi is pulling away with the harder tires. That's not what he wants. It looks like Greg and Breezy will definitely, in fact, stay out, as I think pitting now would be detrimental to their strategy. I don't think they'll gain enough. Meanwhile, Dakar finally managing to set the fastest lap.
Dakar has a
race.
38.4 second gap to his teammate. I believe he could sneak in a pit stop there if he was quick about it. That gap has now gone to 43 seconds.
Ooh, Greg having a bit of wobbly action on that final
Meanwhile,
stretch.
behind him, Breezy pits. So this is going to be the strategy call of a lifetime here. If
Dakar
this works
pits as
out.
well.
Dakar coming into the pits. What will he rock?
He's probably going to start putting on those slicks. And I believe Kakara will probably do the same once he starts pitting. It is now 5% rain on the track. Intermediates are going to start finding a disadvantage in this kind of weather.
Surprisingly, the Brand Star that's not the Brand Star, the Lotus that's borrowing the Brand Star livery, is currently doing better than both of the Brand Stars that are actually Brand
Oh
Stars.
my.
He's been able to hold consistency so far. He hasn't come into any problems, as we only have 4 laps left. But anything can happen in 4 laps. F1 fan getting the fastest time in 8th position.
Oh my. I think the most interesting battle on track right now is going to be between Lolfun Greg and Breezy. Breezy manages to pit for the dry tires here, and he's got Lance Stewart to get ahead of, who is still on the intermediates, and then he's got Greg to catch up, who's also still on the intermediates. I think best chance is for Greg to stay out and try to get that podium. 3 laps remaining. Will he be able to do it on these with these intermediate tires here?
Hey, it looks like Captain Bo is in 10th position, so he's in the points, but he's still on those intermediate tires, so if he's going to hold on for these 4 laps, he's going to probably have to put on those slicks. I don't know how hard those treaded tires are going to do for him, and Builder of Worlds is only 4 seconds behind him so
The
far.
weather is down
Johnson
to
had with the
5%.
purple sector on the 6th, so he's starting to get some fast times.
Everyone
right
should
behind
be running
Breezy, who is
slicks.
in 4th.
The Novenas who aren't,
Every-
they're really going to struggle.
Yeah, everybody's setting purple sectors on the dry towers right now. Lawful and Greg currently a significant way ahead of Breeze right now. 40 seconds in between. Can he make up 40 seconds in 3 laps?
If Greg
And,
pits,
You know,
I think he could. 0%. Everyone should be on slicks. There's no point of them to stay on the wets unless they're just going to persevere through these next 2 laps to the end.
I think it's too late for Greg, because if he pits now, Breeze has undercut him significantly. Currently,
Patrick as well, and TDM fan. They're only about 3 seconds behind each other.
Breeze right now currently 19 seconds behind Lawful and Greg. Let's see what he can do with those tires.
If Greg could pit in under 20 seconds, he might have a chance.
But I
But
don't
if he
think so.
can't, then he has to only pray that the fact that he has harder tires than everybody else.
Oh, Greg losing it. Almost putting it into the wall there. He's struggling.
I might be struggling
15
with this
seconds.
right now. He must be
Definitely.
thinking, I must change my tires or I'm going to get passed. But that
He's
might
hitting
be a
the
measurement.
curbs.
It's all the thing of mind games. Up,
The
and there
Audi's
it
now
is.
gotten through,
He's pitting.
and he is pitting.
Oh, and he spins in the pits. He does a Grosjean.
Oh, that's going to lose him considerable amount of time, I believe. As we see if Doncha Hadjic. Yep, there's Donch. There's Breezy.
There's the
TDM.
Ferrari.
He's falling down the order.
All
This
of them
could
passing
be
him.
a podium for
Only
Audi.
2 laps left, I might add.
Is this going to be a podium for Audi?
And here comes F1 fan. He might be able to get in front of him.
Greg definitely should have stayed out.
Fantatrol's still on the track, though. He's down to 12th with Capitan Bo in 11th. It looks like he did change his tires. His Builder of Worlds has got in front of him. Yep, Capitan Bo is on hards. Actually, no, I
So
believe he's
Dan's
on softs.
So Dan's out of the points. Out of the points. Well, starting on pole, out of the points, and then making his way back
Whoa!
as that player almost sends it into the wall.
Almost. He was able to hold it. Oh, one of the Novena drivers just jumps the curb. I believe that was TDM fan. Yes, it was.
He manages to keep it on the road, though.
Is this going to get
That's true. And
exciting?
manages to keep his tires as well.
As soon as the car crosses the line, it's one more lap and then he's won it.
Awesome.
Well,
Let's see if he can hold it together.
I wouldn't psych it that much.
Let's see if he can hold it together, because mixed conditions, the track is dry now. Let's see how much he's willing to push to get that fastest lap. Don't
No,
put it into the wall now,
He's
Decade.
trying to lap
He's
fourth
holding
place.
medium, so he should be able to hold those tires for the whole race.
And he is lapping 4th place. That's Dance right there.
He's about to
Ahead
lap
of him, which is
third
third
place.
And this is it. This is final lap with Decare leading, with Decare behind him, 22 seconds behind, and everybody else at least 60 seconds behind him.
Dance from pole to out of the points, back to the podium positions. Decently impressive drive from Dance. Should have really won it today. Doesn't look like he had the pace.
Patrick Curl also feeling like he should have won it, but it seems like his steering wheel
He's
had
back
other
by a
things in
lap.
mind for him. And here we go.
Half a lap to
Decare's
go.
finishing the first sector. Will anybody else crash in this amount of time? They must all be feeling a bit of heat. Anything can happen right now. And there's Decare finishing his
Capitan
second
just sets
sector.
the fastest
One
lap,
sector left to
but
go.
out of the points.
So far, unless Builder of Worlds make us a grave mistake. As this is the final lap, so however they finish once they cross that line is the points they get.
Rounding the final few corners.
And here we go, Decare finishing the race. Your champion winning it again. And behind him, Dan Sahajek getting into third position. And now we wait for Kakara to see what he does. TDM fan securing his 5th position, and Lofan Greg securing his 6th. Breezy in 4th. And here comes the Kakara across the line. And there it is, Kakara with a 2nd place. Lance Droid taking 8th. And behind him, PDXS taking 9th. And now it's the fight between Builder of Worlds and Capitan. I see them starting to fight a little more. Capitan's trying to struggle to catch up with him. Builder might be feeling a bit of pressure right now.
He's not gonna do it.
He won't do it unless he screws up this corner. Oh,
And
wait.
Builder of Worlds.
It's not going to be enough. Capitan goes into 11th. Builder being able to get at least 1
I
point
believe
for his
Daker
team.
got the fastest lap on the final lap.
Yep, and a funny thing about Captain Bo, he was Ion's last official winner, winning the Qatar Grand Prix in F2.
Seems
We
like
had
the luck
GT3
just
after
was
that.
not with him today, but especially for his own teammate Patrick Kuro. Very sad. But this has been your top 10 with Daker taking the front. Kakera in second, Dansha Hajek in third, Breezy Thoughts in fourth, TDM Fan in fifth, Low Fun Greg in sixth, F1 Fan 4405 in seventh, Lance Droid in eighth, PDXS 2000 in ninth, and Builder of Worlds in 10th. We look through here, Ferrari taking first and second, Zint Racing taking 6th and 10th, TDM Fans team of Novena taking 5th and 7th, Dansha Hajek getting points for Audi, but he's the only driver in his team to do so. And the same with Breezy Thoughts in 4th with Valor F1. Lance Droid surprisingly being able to get points for Lotus in 8th position. And PDXS securing at least a few points for their eSpirit team in 9th.
It's a podium for both Ferraris and a podium for Audi. Good result for that Audi out there.
Alright, you want to get a shot of them pulling into the park for me? Is that what we call this? You know, you can control P, by the way. Cool, let's do that.
Spectating. Hang on. There we go. I'm back. I should really try and get a second camera up and running. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Comes Ferrari and Audi into the pole position sections for their cars. Surprising in racing today. Well, actually, I wouldn't say surprising. Audi and Ferrari won it yet again. I gotta say, there's been a lot of surprises that happened during this race, with a lot of surprise crashes and people getting up into those top 10 positions. I know not many people were expecting Lil Fungrid to actually do very well in this race. And Breezy getting some points for his Valor team as well.
Daker doing 6 stops this race.
6 stops,
Very
still getting
interesting.
first. Asteroid getting some points for his Lotus team as well. But you have some people who did get no points today. Brandstar, Aston Martin, Red Star. Gotta feel bad for those teams as well. A lot of them were looking very hopeful today, but just were not able to contain that luck. And now we wait for the final podium of the drivers as everybody starts to circle around the Zint car in the safety car box. Here comes the drivers coming to the cooldown zone.
In the cooldown room, talking about how the race went. And then out to the podium.
Should I go out and announce the drivers?
Not yet.
All right.
Do you want to FF yourself? Do you have that power?
FF. Oh.
As you can see, a large crowd of fans. We're right in front of the safety car garage. Safety car was actually used at the start of this race for 2 or 3 laps. Podium sitters and officials discussing outside of the podium.
Here we go for the podium. In your third place position,
Yo, Zim in D-Pod.
we have Dasha
Like, excuse me?
Hajek with the Audi Sport Team. In second position, with Ferrari, Kakera _0. And your winner for today, again, in Ferrari, Dakar 2. Congratulations, all drivers. And congratulations to Ferrari and Audi for securing a podium position for their teams. Stay tuned as we have the F2 race afterwards. Would you like to close off the stream today?
We'll give it a little
Yeah.
while longer.
Alright then. I have been your host, J.A. with D-Pod and Kashmir Q.
Goodbye, everybody.
This has been the end of the Ion F1 Australian GP for Season 3 as we start off our F2 race afterwards. Thank you, and good night.